Hey everyone, so Yat Kean here from Training Ground. Welcome back to another review video content. So as you may saw from the thumbnail and also the title, we got to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. Okay, so I won't going to be wasting too much time. I'm gonna quickly go through on this device, like what are the important things for you to aware when you want to make a purchase for this device. Okay, so let's start off with the design. Now, if you are going to come from researching the Galaxy S25 FE, you do notice that the design wise is very similar to the Galaxy S24 FE, but there are actually some subtle design updates for this model. Okay, firstly, if you going to check out the back cover glass of this S25 FE, now is much more matte frosted on the back glass cover. So that is very nice, because the previous model, it was very glossy, and this time they make it matte. It's better. I love it, and it's less slipping occurring. Okay, so the previous model, when you are lying it flat on any surface, there's a very high chance the back cover glass will make it slip. So that was one of my major gripe. So now with this matte surface, I think it's very nice. Plus, the side chassis of the phone now it is using enhanced armor aluminium, meaning it's much more durable compared to the predecessor. So that is a really good thing. But the other things, definitely I would have to say, is just the bezel. Yes, the bezel on the display is much more slimmer when you want to compare to the predecessor. So overall, in the design department, I still give it a very good recommendation over here, and I'll think retaining the iconic camera bump island with some improvement on the device is a very smart move by Samsung. Now, let's talk about the performance on the Galaxy S25 FE. So for the internal specification, it's being powered by the Samsung's Exynos 2400 chipset, paired along with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigabytes of internal storage. If you ask me which storage variant to choose from, I would say start from 256 gigabytes of internal storage. But if you are someone that doing a lot of content or playing a lot of mobile gaming, then I would highly suggest you get the 512 gigabytes internal storage. Now, let's talk about the Exynos 2400 chipset over here. I would have to say, and to be true, it's not going to be beating any this year's flagship chipset or last year's, but it still delivers the flagship experience for you. Silky smooth animations, the UI as well. Okay, I'll talk about the UI later on. And then if you want to render 4K videos with this guy here, yeah, he nails it as well. And for those who want to play mobile games over here, yeah, it is still able to handle, and largely thanks to the new large vapor chamber, which Samsung claims is 10% bigger from the predecessor model. And yeah, definitely I do able to feel the effect of the larger vapor chamber on this device. I have not feel the warmth on this device when I just using it as normal. Nothing at all, unless when you are being pushing it for a long period of time, like recording 4K videos for a long period of time in a hot area, and also you playing mobile games as well. So definitely a major step up on the performance thanks to the larger vapor chamber on this Galaxy S25 FE. And speaking about mobile gaming, this device definitely able to handle a lot of heavy game titles. However, I do notice heavy game titles like Genshin Impact, Car X Street, they are sometimes having some frame rate dips when it requires to load or render the open space map. So you would often see there will be like random dips and then spike back up again in higher frame rates. So if you can bear with it, I would say hey, it's still a good device for mobile gaming, to be honest. But if you are just playing like game titles like maybe Asphalt, Legends Unite, PUBG Mobile, this thing just excel without any issue at the moment. Okay, so performance-wise, pretty good. Also for the performance, I want to touch a little bit point on the software. So out of the box, you are actually getting One UI 8 and Android 16. So that is a good point because you are getting the latest software from this device. So that is a good point, meaning you can actually also use this device for a very, very long time, because this is very important. Samsung also claims OS and security update for 7 years on this device. So meaning this is actually a really good buy for those who wants a hassle-free experience and you want to make sure that this device continues to get updates. I understand there are a lot of smartphone brands today, they're throwing a lot of the price is cheap and so much more, but they only just give you like what, maximum of 4 to 5 years, maybe 6 years of OS, or just only security updates. Yeah, there are some even still today, I'm not joking, they just give you 2 to 3 years of OS update. This is actually giving you up to 7 years OS and security update. So that's the reason why Samsung devices are sometimes priced a little bit expensive, especially if you are going to be living in Malaysia. You are spoiled with a variety of prices, but then again, nobody is actually talking that the money you're giving in here, you're stretching it out for 7 years. Okay? And it's actually quite value for money if you're going to be stretching it out for long period of ownership compared to some of its competition. Okay? Yeah. So it depends on you, yourself. What do you actually really want? Do you want on long-term gains or short-term gains? So think about it, okay? Yeah, so also because it comes with the latest One UI 8, you also get all the latest Galaxy AI features on this device. Same like its Galaxy S25 series siblings. So I'm not gonna touch all the Galaxy AI features for this video, but as a consumer, you should understand like what AI features is suitable for you. But if you want the whole Galaxy AI experience up to date without breaking your bank, this is the device I recommend you to try it out first. Next up, let's talk about the camera department. For the Galaxy S25 FE, the rear camera setup is still similar from the predecessor. The only thing they have actually upgraded for this year is the front-facing camera, which uses a new 12 megapixel sensor, where Samsung claims is 20% better from the predecessor model. But for me, I feel it's like way better than 20%. You will understand once I later on show you some samples, photos and videos shot with the new 12 megapixel front-facing camera. Okay, but nonetheless, I will have to say the new enhanced Samsung Pro Visual Engine on this device does actually help a lot in providing better dynamic range, clarity, lesser noise, and so much more. You do able to notice it even in the videos as well, not only just the photography area. So I don't want to waste so much time. Let's go and check out the samples.
thing from IKEA when it comes to storage? Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
I want to speak about a concept that has everything to do with democracy, with finding out what you want, and of course.
Bukan ni dalam kolaborasi PUBG Mobile dan juga Mazdu. Ini adalah
kalau ada dua berlawan dengan satu di sini, handicap match.
So we reach to the display and the audio performance now. Okay, so I just want to touch that now for the display, I don't feel actually much of a different other than the slimmer bezel, and also now is still retaining the 6.7 inches AMOLED display over here, which to be honest it feels very good. And also the peak brightness is 1900 nits over here, which I think is actually quite adequate enough for any condition usage. Okay. And meanwhile, for the stereo speakers, to be honest, I felt like it's not much of a major changes. Maybe you do able to feel like there's some minor mids and the highs improvement, just a bit minor improvement, but that is just comparing from the predecessor. But nonetheless, it still delivers a really immersive experience for you, be it visual or audio on the Galaxy S25 FE. So I'm going to showcase to you how is the speaker and the display in action. Okay, so now I'm going to showcase to you. Okay, so I'm actually playing YouTube video in 4K as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to put the mic near and I'm going to make sure the volume is max.
And so it's a new interactive way of telling our quality agenda, telling the story of our brands, our brewing processes, everything that makes our beers so special.
So as we move along to the next one, we got to touch on the battery department. So this time the Galaxy S25 FE received a larger battery at 4900 milliamp battery, and also the charging speed has been upgraded up to 45 watt fast charging speed. So all these new addition, while it may not be very major, but it does really helps in terms of the battery life, and also reducing the downtime charging of this device is much good. And I can tell you, with the larger battery, the battery life here is definitely able to bring you throughout all day of battery life. But if you are someone maybe perhaps in the light to mid user, then probably it will able to last you 1.5 days of battery life, and then you need to really charge it at low levels. For me, my charging habits are a little bit different from other people. I already like start charging it when it's already like maybe 60 or 70%. Yeah, so mileage is a little bit different, okay? But then again, addition of the faster charging speed, I do able to notice this thing tops up way quicker than the predecessor models. So that is a really good plus points this time Galaxy S25 FE brings to the table. We have reached to the final point of this review video. It's time for me to give my final verdict on the Galaxy S25 FE. So if you want to get them, especially for the Malaysian market, the 256GB of internal storage will be costing you 3,099 ringgit Malaysia. And if you want the largest storage, that will cost you 3,699 ringgit Malaysia. And to be honest, I felt what they are offering for the FE this time is an entry level for the flagship devices. Price point wise is quite priced fairly for consumers to consider to upgrade, especially for those who are coming either from the entry level or the mid-range segment to go into the flagship device. Let's admit it, the current economic situation, not too many people are willing to be splurging on expensive phones. We are seeing phones now costing already way past 10,000 ringgit Malaysia, and let's be honest, a lot of us aren't going to be doing such kind of purchase, and still pricing it around in the 3,000 to 4,000 ringgit Malaysia. I think this is actually very, very good for the consumers who plans to upgrade to a flagship rated smartphone. Okay, now again, I'm gonna be admitting this is not going to be beating all the flagship devices in 2025 or 2024, but then again, value for money. Plus, I also didn't even highlight, like, this guy here has IP68 rating. There are some phones today, they don't even have IP rating, though you can still try and get some water splash proof or whatsoever, but you just can't dip the phone into a water. So if you want to use this device for extreme weather condition, it will still survive because of its IP68 rating. So again, there are a lot of value for money thoughts has been added this time for the Galaxy S25 FE, making it really one, I think, to be honest, silent flagship killer you should be getting into your buying list this time. So for recommendation, who should it be purchasing this? For me, I think, again, for those who are coming from wanting to upgrade from their entry-level mid-range smartphone, or maybe you're someone wanting to upgrade your device because it's too old and you want to play some mobile games, this device also can handle it, but albeit heavy game titles might occur some frame rate dips if you are setting the game settings too high. Okay, then if you are a content creator, yeah, the cameras here, actually, to be honest, they are very, very good. Yeah. Plus, it has a longer battery life. So many plus points. And don't forget, 7 years of OS and security updates. Which phone is going to be offering you that for that price point? You let me know, okay? So, buying options. Should you forget it? Keep it in your buying list or outright buy it. I'll say outright buy it for this time for the Galaxy S25 FE. The significance of improvement on the series now, I think it's really, really mind-blowing. And of course, you won't be losing too much unless you have really high demands for your smartphone usage. I highly recommend you outright buy it. Okay, so that's a good point. So what about the ratings? Ratings this time? I'll give it a real solid 8.6 out of 10. Seriously, something you should be considering it. And if you really want good selfie camera, this delivers it now. Seriously. Trust me. Go to the retail store and try it out. You will be amazed. Okay? So overall, that's the review of the Galaxy S25 FE. Until then, but I need to give a special shout out thanks to Samsung Malaysia for providing a sample review unit. However, there's no cash compensation being done for this review video. So whatever I'm saying here is based on my usage for 2 weeks plus using the device. Okay. So therefore, there's no creative input, no final approval is needed for this video. Everything I'm saying here is, it's really based on my own opinion. Okay. Plus, I want to give my audience, okay, another reminder that if you're still new to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Follow us on the social media account. Last but not least, hit the website, read all the news article. And with that, I'm going to see you guys on the next content. Please stay tuned and look forward for the next content. Bye.